Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahashab Yahweh Shai, Yahweh who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And I just wanted to do a quick video, just exposing this teaching that, guys are going around. Believe it or not, here it is in 2023, people are still going around teaching this doctrine that they were talking about back in like 2018, 2019, and that is this 400-year prophecy is what they call it. And for those who never heard of the term, what it is, it's some of these Hebrew Israelite camps, they go around and will say that from the transatlantic slave trade from 1619 to 2019, that is 400 years. So we know that the real Israelites, according to the Bible, are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? So with that being said, they'll go here to Genesis the 15th chapter, verse 13, which I'll read it real quick. It says, Genesis 15:13. It says, "And he said unto Abraham, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall be afflicted. They shall afflict them for 400 years." So dudes will read this and say, "Oh, we'll see. That's talking about the transatlantic slave trade from 1619 to 2019." And then they'll try to say, even minus Shrek, for those of you who know who that is, right? Even he believed that as well. He believed that this was talking about America, and that one thing he said is, "Well, see, in 2020, that's when this whole, Corolla thing came on the world stage, right? So that was like the beginning of the deliverance of God's elect, right? So the 400 years was over at that point, and this place is going down ever since." While on face value, somebody might say that's a valid argument. However, we find out that this is not true. Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 has nothing to do with our day and age that we're in today. This was simply talking about the Israelites that were serving in slavery in the land of Egypt back with the story of Moses, right? When Moses delivered the children of Israel back in the book of Exodus. That's what this is talking about. This has nothing to do with our time today. Now, again, people will use this to try to, claim that no, it's talking about our time now. We're in the time of deliverance, right? The 400 years is up. But that's not true, because all you have to do is read the next verse. I mean, this is the knockout on this doctrine. Because remember, if you're claiming that the 400 years is basically up now, and this is talking about today, well, there's a problem with that, because when God sends his son, Christ, who people call Christ, which his name is actually Yahweh, when he comes back to deliver his elect, they're not going to be taking anything with them. They're not going to have any, luggage to carry with them or anything like that. You're just going to get delivered. But there's a problem, though. Let's read verse 14. It says, "And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward they shall come out with great substances." They're going to come out with a great substance from this land that the Lord's going to judge. So that doesn't fit with the end times narrative, because when you read about the end times, Christ is going to return, and he's going to send his angels to gather together his elect wherever they're scattered on the earth. But they're not going to be taking any substances with them. So how do we correlate that for my guys out there who might be listening to this, who believe that this basically is talking about our time now? Well, I have a question for you. How do you address verse 14? I'll read it again. It says, "And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Afterward they shall come out with great substance." So what is the substance that they're going to be coming out with after serving this 400 years of captivity? And that's the answer we need. Now, I can explain what this is. It's very simple. If you go and read the account of the Passover, right, when the Israelites were delivered from the Egyptians, right? If you go to Exodus, the 12th chapter, you can read about the Passover and what happens in it, which I won't go to it for the sake of time, but if you read the chapter, it speaks about the Israelites. They spoiled the Egyptians, right? They took whatever they wanted from the Egyptians when they left the land, right? They took their jewelry, they spoiled them, if you read the story. So this is what it's talking about here, is what the Israelites did to the Egyptians when they left out of the land of Egypt. They spoiled them. They took their valuables, to keep it in a simple terms. So that's how you explain this. That's clearly what this is talking about. So Genesis 15:13 has nothing to do with our day and time that we are living in today. But again, this doctrine in 2023, people are still going around teaching this. But one of the big cuts to this is, it's like, well, hypothetically speaking, for somebody who believes that it is talking about now, it's like, well, wait a second. So is this false then? Because 2019 came and went. Here we are, a few years later now. And we're all still here, still in bondage, right over here in America, Mystery Babylon. So is this false by your logic? If you believe this is talking about today, is the 400 years false? Right? Did it get it wrong? And the answer is no, because it has nothing to do with today. This simply was talking about the events that we read about the Exodus story. That's clearly what this is talking about. So I just wanted to do a quick video about that, because I, get tired of seeing these dudes going around, even today, still talking about, oh, the 400 years is up, right? We're getting delivered, the 400 years is up. It's like, well, the 400 years here literally has nothing to do with today. So it just pisses you off when you see all these people, taking it out of context. And, trying to apply it where it's not. But anyway, I hope that video is edifying. I'm going to say shalom.